I seen something on Twitter calling us the Gotham brothers. We both were me and him cringed at it, but it was just a funny moment.
Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
At least that's something to get us excited right now, because right now I'm just not excited about the Heat. I'm not excited about this game on Friday night. I'm more excited about the spring game, which is also this Friday night. To perfectly transition, the Miami Hurricanes football team will be playing its spring game on Friday night under the lights. This is different. They never usually do it at night. It's usually during the day on like a Saturday. So should be a good crowd right there in my neck of the woods over here in Fort Lauderdale at the Inter Miami Stadium. So should be a packed house because of the kind of the smallness of the stadium. But I mean, I just did a podcast with Frank and we talked about it. And we basically just kind of talked about what I want to see in this spring game. And what I want to see is some creativity from this offense. You know, I want to see guys in space, man. Like I want to see Ray, you know, catch a ball and go for like 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that type of play calling from this new offensive coordinator in Shannon Dawson, because we hear all kinds of great things coming out of practice and this spring, how they love the offense and it's a lot easier to learn or whatnot, and tight ends are going to be moved all over the place, and it's going to be a quick strike type of offense or a quick decision offense for the quarterbacks, where they don't have to think a lot. They know they're usually going with that first read most of the time. So I'm looking forward to that, and then I'm also looking forward to just the one-on-one matchups, man. I kind of want to see Jacoby George. Are you gonna have a blur moment against Daryl Porter Jr. and then Kobe Young is gonna be matched up likely against Devontae Brown. Is Devontae Brown gonna lock him up? You know what I'm saying? Like either way, the thing about a spring game is like you usually always leave happy from a spring game, because what the offense didn't do, then you're like, okay, well, the defense is playing well, you know, and vice versa. But what you don't want to see is mistakes. You don't want to see a bunch of penalties. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see a bunch of drop passes. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see like a block kick or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of stuff that you don't want to see in a spring game. But either way, you're usually going to be happy with the results. But when I talk about the drop passes, that's kind of like what most fans kind of key in on these spring games. They'll be like, oh man, like I hate to say his name, but like Frank Ladson dropped 2 passes or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. And speaking on Frank Ladson, I haven't been hearing a lot of positive things about him.
Well, he's been hurt a little bit, so I don't even know if he's going to play for the spring game. Him and Michael Redding III. Have been hurt for most of the spring. They've been with the red jersey, so they probably won't play. James Williams is probably not going to play, although he did practice.
Yeah, he came back
like last week.
Wait. Make it cross that line, coach. Go, spring it, follow.
He's probably not going to play. I wouldn't anticipate him playing. Akeem Mesidor is probably not going to play. And then, of course, the players that we haven't seen all spring are not going to play, like Leonard Taylor, Jafari Harvey, Elijah Arroyo. They're still recovering from their injuries. Of course, Zion Nelson, we haven't seen at all. Dude has been invisible this whole 2023.
Availability, accessibility, what? Huh? Availability, accessibility.
Of course. So I just really want to see Daryl Porter Jr., man. To be honest, that's the position that I'm worried about the most. That second corner. I'm not worried about Devontae Brown. at all. I really think he's going to be a legit number one corner. It's that second corner, Daryl Porter Jr., and then that third corner, which is Corey Couch, likely going to be there. Are you going to step up and be a real physical corner? He's a decent cover corner, but they always have him at nickel. And when you play nickel, a lot of times you got to step up and tackle somebody. You know what I'm saying? And we really haven't seen a lot of that where he really like comes up and tackle. The DB that was coming up and tackling was Tyreek last season. You know, he was the one that would always come up and tackle somebody from a DB's perspective, or James Williams when he could tackle, and then Cameron Kitchens, of course, are All-American, man. Shout out to him for having his banner raised up.
Feel great. Can't complain. A lot of hard work. Yeah. More work to be done though.
Current player to be an All-American and from the crib, man. Like this is a kid I Google right now, and my story comes up on him of when I wrote a story on him in high school for Sports Illustrated, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah. So and that was a story that I was kind of talking about him getting training from Kenny Phillips, former Miami Hurricane, who, you know, has been training with him since then and obviously is showing up now. So shout out to Cam Kitchens and, you know, and him, man. I just kind of went off a little bit. So just tell me what you want to see.
Oh, no, I want to see anything positive. I want to see the O-line hold up and be able to give any quarterback back there some time in the pocket to actually do something. You know, last year we had one of the worst offenses in the actual game or in the actual league. And we had no depth. Of course, you know, right now, you know, everybody want to talk about Pancake. Everybody want to talk about a few different players that definitely would be a positive. Yes, I see my dog putting that fit on. You know, I got the shirt.
I think I should start doing this. I should start doing this every time. Every time we change topics, we change the hat.
You know? Throw it on. But yeah, I want to see that. You know, I've been hearing positive things about Coach Beard. You know, like all of our receivers are saying that they love the offense. Of course, you know, they have something to do with the offensive coordinator, but they love the small things that he's teaching them. You know, when it comes to fundamentals, you know, and for some of the players to actually say like this is the best coach I ever had, and you coming from Miami, you know, like that speaks volumes for me. You know, you could have kept that to yourself if it was not true. You know what I'm saying? So for them actually saying that, these 4-star, 5-star players, I love to hear stuff like that. And I actually seen him in you know, doing his thing, you know, running with the actual kids in the drills.
Let's go. Here we go. Stick. We are going vertical on people. Let's go. Vertical stick to your left.
You know, like showing them physically how to do it. Personally, I also seen a recruit. He did the whole dance with the recruit. I love that. So it shows that you're relatable.
Yeah.
The recruits that's coming to Miami. I love to see that. He even went a little longer than the recruit, which was good too, meaning that he watched the recruit and he, you know, he actually likes to dance. As far as what I've been saying, you know, when it came to Corey Brown, I've been hearing, and I think I seen a quote. I think 305 Sports or Kings County, you guys have went ahead and quoted him saying like, I can throw as much as I can run, something like that around them lines.
Yeah. That's on Kings County for sure.
And if that's the case, then I love that. You know, we already covered it before you guys went ahead and posted that. It was like maybe like a week later. But again, that shows you like I'm a fan. You're a journalist. For me to as a fan to be hearing that, and then it just wind up being the way that we kind of discussed prior. It means that it's solid. It's something that nobody's lying about. You know, what we're seeing is actually what's happening right now. So if he could be that type of player, and not just that, I seen that he weighs like 200 and a quarter now, 225, and you big like that, running like that. That's what I want to see. Of course, you're gonna get Nathaniel Joseph giving all type of quotes. See, like I'm coming in early.
I'm here every morning before the sun come up catching jugs, every morning, routine. So it's just, I never stop, and whoever come get that work, they come get that work. But I'm here every day consistently. And if I ain't got nobody on the jug with me, I got a quarterback out here throwing it to me. So I'm definitely putting in work.
I'm coming in early. I'm staying late. I'm doing whatever I need to do. Hopefully all the other wide receivers are working like him. Because, coaches love to see when players come in early. I don't need to ring your alarm. I'm not your alarm. You're going to be here on time earlier than some players and probably some coaches getting reps in. Him saying, like, look, if I don't got no quarterback throwing to me, I'll have somebody throwing to me. I'll find somebody to throw to me, And then if there's quarterbacks out there, then I'll go ahead and make a play like that with the quarterback at hand. But yeah, to see, just the energy, what I'm saying? Because like the energy is positive. Of course, I mean, when you speak in Miami from down here, it's probably going to be some positive things, but I've been hearing some negative things too. I've been hearing, we got the Eiffel Tower. I know you've seen him. Yes, Judd Anderson, 3-star.
Yeah.
Now I shouldn't be going crazy over a 3-star like that, but damn, I haven't seen a 6'7" quarterback in Miami for a long time, and he weighs like 220 pounds. So he's and he's like 16 years old. So there's more room to grow. So for me, I know we didn't get what's his name, whatever his name is,
Aaron Nolan.
He went to Ohio State. It's all good though, but it just shows that Mario Cristobal and the coaching staff is not putting all their ducks in one basket. They're going out and trying to get as many players as they can. If they can't get that 5-star or 4-star, they definitely got some a trick under their sleeves. And I like to see that. I like to hear that. I know our quarterback room is still kind of thin. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we got TVD, we got what's his name, Ja'Cory Brown, you got Emory Williams, and supposedly now Judd, but he's not here. He's still in high school, so we still is kind of slim when it comes to the quarterback. You seen how it was with the Dolphins. We had 3 quarterbacks, and we went to the 3rd quarterback. So if you're talking about college, which is probably I think a harder sport to actually play because you're still learning compared to in the NFL. You've been doing this, you graduated from college, and now you're in the NFL. Yeah, you're still learning, but these people are still kids in college, so you may get injured or be more prone to get injured compared to being in the league. But yeah, man. For all these things to be happening and going in the right way, I'm hearing the right things. I'm matter of fact, even before I jumped on, I was on a Bleacher Report. I clicked on what I clicked on, speaking on Kevin Beard, and guess who popped up again? Marcus Benjamin. You feel me? And that was your article. I'm like, what? I definitely read the whole thing. But again, you're speaking on Kevin Beard. So, I like to see that too. My dog, his articles are the ones that plenty of fans can go ahead and click on. So yeah, if y'all can go ahead and do some good things, Miami Hurricanes this year, my dog got some more stuff to talk about that people can go ahead and read.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bleacher Report does pull my stories a lot, and I appreciate them for doing that. Yeah, I wrote that this morning. That's good to hear. I didn't even know Bleacher Report pulled that story.
Yep.
But yeah, I was really I wanted to write that because Kevin Beard seems like he is really making a big difference with these guys, because every receiver had these glowing things to say about Kevin Beard. A player that I'm really excited about is Isaiah Horton. I really feel like he's a player that's going to be doing some big things. This kid, I think he's around 6'4", and I'm not sure how many pounds he is, but he's a big kid, and he has been making plays this spring. So I expect him to be competing or be on the field this season. And what Ray was talking about, I mean, this guy, I mean, I love Ray, bro. Like, he's such a cool kid. And I wish I was that dedicated when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? You know, because for him to say, I have my alarm set for 5 a.m. and I don't even hit the snooze button. I just pop right up, and I go straight to the facility, and I just get on the jug machine to catch footballs. Is just like that's just some inspiring stuff for anybody to hear, you know. And he's just an 18-year-old who was just in high school a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna be going to prom soon. You know what I'm saying? Like that. This is that type of kid. Like, if I had a daughter, I would want him to date Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how good I feel about this kid. He's a smart kid. He's really smart, really energetic, really polite. Just an all around, just a great kid. And yeah. I meant to ask him, actually. I'm actually going to text him after we're done with this to see who else is out there with you on that jug machine, because he said there was about 3 to 4 players, and, like, you know, every now and again he sees like another person come, but I need to know who the hell else is working like that hard as he is, because so I would think probably X is out there. I would think probably X is out there because X has kind of got that same mentality. You know, when you talk to him, it's like that same, I gotta, you know, it's really kind of, for me, I understand it because it's that little man mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because we always got to try to perform. We got to try to perform higher than everybody else because we're smaller than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why people like X and Ray are out there working twice as hard than a guy like Isaiah Horton or Kobe Young, you know? So yeah, I'm really excited about this wide receiving core. We'll see how many balls they drop, because, you know, somebody's going to drop a ball. Yeah. We'll see how many balls they drop during the spring game. I'm excited about the tight end position as well. I think I told you this the last time, but I saw Elijah Arroyo at the pro day, and he looked like he's ready to go, and he wasn't wearing a brace. So I know he's itching to get back on the field, and that's another player at that position, which is a loaded tight end room. You got Cam McCormick, who's been there for 700 years, you know what I'm saying, a transfer who's really in his 8th year of eligibility, which is crazy. He's had so many injuries. He's gone through the COVID year, so he's gained all of these years of eligibility. You got him as your veteran there, really for depth, not really, I would say, for like explosive plays. And then you got Jaleel Skinner, hopefully Arroyo, Riley Williams. I'm hearing a lot of good things from him, and he's just a freshman. I've seen with my 2 eyes of him dominating people, blocking out there in practice. So really excited about Riley Williams for the future. For right now, he's not as, you could tell he still needs to put some weight on. You know what I'm saying? He still has to put some weight on as far as muscle mass, but you know, just to see him kind of dominate and blocking already, with him not even being as big as he is definitely a positive sign. And then the other positives are these 2 5-star offensive tackles that we got, man. We got to speak to them yesterday for the first time. They spoke to the media, and not my first time speaking to them. I spoke to them all through their recruiting process to Miami, but just to kind of see them at first, and they just seem like they're in a really good place. They know that they got to work to where they're going. A lot of people think Francis Malgo is going to start on this offensive line. And I think that's a real possibility. And people were trying to kind of project that to him yesterday in the press conference, and he was kind of being humble about it. And he was like, well, slow down. I'm far from that yet. I'm just working to that, which is the type of stuff that you like to hear from a kid like that. And then Samson, is working very closely with Francis, and they are practicing with each other after practice. So you got these two young, guns basically just sharpening each other. So I'm really excited about them and their future. And then Ruben Bain, man, I can't not talk about Ruben Bain before we end this podcast, because every time we ask about Ruben Bain, they're like, oh, he's a dog. Oh, he's a monster. Oh, like, man, he's amazing. Like, this kid, another kid just got here. Probably going to be going to prom soon as well. And he's already like making plays. I've seen it with my two eyes. Make plays out there on practice. I mean, the sky's the limit for him. I already told you the comparison of the ceiling that I see for him. Just, he's just dominating out there. And then, he's happy to be home, happy to be close to his family, happy to have his brother there. He said his brother after practice showing him stuff.
I'm gonna lie, coming out of practice every day and seeing my mom, that'd be like the best feeling ever. And then I could stay home, stay after practice and do extra work with my brother, and he just helped me up. So having like that family like affair kind of thing is a great feeling.
Your mom been at practice like every day pretty much?
Every practice, she hasn't missed one yet. So it's a great feeling seeing her here.
Learning stuff from Jason Taylor. Stuff from Jason Taylor, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't really get much better than that when it comes to college coaches than being coached from a Hall of Famer. And also a Hall of Famer that's trying to prove himself as well. This is his first collegiate job. So he's like trying to prove himself as well. So excited for Ruben Bain.
Quick question.
So,
Quick question. When it comes to Ruben Bain, Hurricane Bain, that is, how do you feel about this new saying where we're welcome to Gotham City? Ruben Bain and Wayne, you feel me? Like, I know you heard that, people are, Ruben Bain, I know he had said something about, he cringed when he heard it.
I seen something on Twitter calling us the Gotham brothers. We both were me and him cringed at it, but it was just a funny moment.
Because most likely, like, he know what it is. But how do you feel? Because I don't mind it being Gotham City. Because when I think of Gotham, I think of New York. But
right.
For them,
that's the thing. That's why I don't like it. That's the thing for me. That's why I don't like it. When it said Gotham City, I was just like, I don't like that at all. It's Hurricane Bain. You already got a nickname, that rhymes. And you got the pedigree too. His uncle Tobin Bain played for the U. His brother works at the U. You don't need something else, And then we're trying to do a Wayne and Bain with Jaden Wayne and Ruben Bain type of thing. I'm still kind of I like Jaden Wayne. He got great size. I'm still kind of on a wait and see with him. Like, I'm not sure if I can like start pairing him with Ruben Bain yet. You know what I'm saying? I already think Ruben Bain is going to be all work. Jaden Wayne, you got to show me. Let's see you make a play. Let's see you make some plays at the spring game. I don't want him to turn into like a Cyrus Moss situation. Where's Cyrus Moss? Cyrus Moss has been kind of like nowhere right now.
He can't keep winning.
He was a big recruit last year, and people were excited about him. And I just don't want him to turn into that type of situation because they seem like they got similar personalities. And I'm trying not to judge him, but I just don't want to compare him to Ruben Bain just yet. I would put Ruben Bain in Akeem Mesidor, because Akeem Mesidor has already been balling. Akeem Mesidor has been dominating last year. Akeem Mesidor played all positions, and Bain said he's been mentored by Mesidor as well. So
that's why he's
not ready. Shit. That's why he cringed, right? That's probably right, Chris. Right. So I'm not ready for that yet. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this team, as I always am every year. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's been a while since we had such a recruiting class like this. You know, like I don't remember the last time that all these recruits were getting a lot of attention. Like people talking about Bobby Washington is super fast, which he is, obviously. I mean, he was talking about, Ray was talking about racing Bobby Washington. You know what I'm saying? A linebacker. Like, damn. Right, exactly. So that's how fast Bobby Washington is. People talking a lot about Ruth May. People talking a lot about Francis Malgoa. People talking a lot about Samson Okunlola. You know, it's been a while since I heard a lot of talk of this many freshmen. And you know how many freshmen is not even here yet?
Yeah, you were telling me, man.
Mark Fletcher's not here. Chris Johnson's not here. Collins Ashampong is here, but he's hurt. So you got another potential beast there.
Kinsler,
the player. Tommy Kinsler's not here. Frankie Tenelau is not here yet. So you still got a lot of players that have yet to even really make his way to South Florida. And from what I hear from Cristobal, I read between the lines with Cristobal. You got to read between the lines with him. You know what I'm saying? And when you read between the lines with him, first off, here's the first thing I read between the lines with him. He's really impressed with the offensive line. He's happy with the offensive line of where it's at right now. The second thing I read between the lines was that he wants some depth at DB and D tackle. He wants some depth there. So you know what that kind of tells me is that maybe the transfers are not really that great. You know what I'm saying? The Thomas Gore and the Branson Deans that transferred in, they're gonna be these rotational guys. They're gonna be like an Antonio Moultrie. You remember Antonio Moultrie from last year? Garrett Harrison Hunt is another player that hasn't been here this spring. He's been injured, and that's a player I think that's going to be in the rotation in the fall. So if Cristobal is like, yeah, we need some more players, he's going to go into the transfer portal for D tackle. He's going to go in the transfer portal for probably corner. Because to be honest, if Devontae Brown gets hurt, that's tragic, bro. That's tragic. That means you got to play a Chris Graves, or you got to play a Jaden Harris. You know what I'm saying? Players that really haven't had a lot of playing time and you hear a little bit from them, but not a lot. So you need another player. And the other transfer, Terry Roberts, I hear some okay things about him, but not flashing as much. But if you get a couple of injuries at DB, then you in trouble, bro. You in big trouble. You know, like you in big trouble when you're gonna play against a Clemson, and you'll play against a Texas A&M, or even a Florida State, where they're gonna have a player, a wide receiver on their side that's gonna burn, the second or third corner on our side. So I mean, those are the places I'm concerned. Surprisingly, I'm not concerned at linebacker at all. I'm confident in Francisco Malgoa. I'm confident in Wesley. I'm confident even in
Corey Flagg.
Corey Flagg, being that he's not the main guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not the main guy. He's not going to be the main guy. Like, let's be real. I like Corey Flagg. He's a smart player. He's a little undersized. He's not as fast. Those are his downfalls. It's not his head. He's always in the right place. He's not big. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes he doesn't make tackle because he's just not strong enough. And then he's just not fast enough. You know what I'm saying? He's not as fast as Bobby Washington. He's not even as fast as Keontre Smith or Wesley. So that's the only thing I worry about him. But I like the fact that you got a veteran there as a backup in the rotation. Keontre Smith, I've heard good things about him. They calling him K4. Like, that's legit his nickname. No one even calls him Keontre Smith. That's actually a good thing when you got a nickname. So I feel like he's going to step up. I feel like he's going to step up this season. Towards the end of the season, I liked what he was doing. I felt like he was finally running guys down, finally showing his speed. And he's a player that could have easily transferred out. He chose to stay. So I think he really wants to prove that he deserves to be on this team. So I'm excited about him. Safeties, like I said, James Williams, I think, is finally going to get the toolage that he needs, because the defensive coordinator, Lance Guidry, former defensive back, he's been working very closely with James Williams. I think James Williams is finally going to step into his own, like how he's supposed to. He's been good, these past couple years, but he hasn't been great. There's been moments where he's been bad, where he's been bad. But I think he's going to be more consistent, this season. And then you got Caleb Spencer, who I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about him, and I think he really can, get on the field, in the spring game at least to really kind of show what he can do. And then I'm hearing a lot of good things about MarcWes Williams as well. MarcWes Williams is a player that defensive backs coach Jamila Dye mentioned, and he's called him a pleasant surprise. So MarcWes Williams is another potential player that we'll see, at safety, maybe at the nickel, to back up to Corey. Who knows? But yeah, I'm generally excited about this team. The other thing I want to see in the spring game, bro, I want to see the reemergence of Don Chaney.
Me too.
Of Don Chaney. Don Chaney, we need to see you come back to where you was like 2 years ago, and when I used to watch you in high school and cover you in high school. Because Henry Parrish has been getting glowing recommendations, but and Henry Parrish is what he is. He's a really good, smart running back. He doesn't have track speed, but he gets you yards. He gets you positive yards almost every time. And that's why he's the number one running back, because you could trust him to get 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8 every now and again. Don Chaney, you're hoping he becomes this short yardage running back and, can break one every now and again. You don't have Rooster no more. So you don't have this explosive back no more. So you're hoping that Trevante Citizen, who hasn't played a college down in his life, coming off a major knee injury, is that guy. But he's not going to play in the spring. And then you're also hoping that Chris Johnson, your recruit, comes in and is that guy as well. But to me, I don't think his body is ready to take punishment on a college level yet. And then Mark Fletcher, I think Mark Fletcher, once he gets on the field, is gonna be the guy. You know what I'm saying? I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. He's the total package to me. They used to call him. They used to call him young Derrick Henry in high school. That's what the coaches used to call him. So I can't wait for him. He's another really great kid, polite kid to talk to and whatnot. I can't wait to see him on the field, but I won't see him until the fall. Let's see some Ja'Cory Brown, bro. Let's see some Ja'Cory Brown throw the ball well. You know what I'm saying? Prove, because it seemed like he had something to prove about being a black quarterback and being categorized as a running athletic quarterback.
Sound like Lamar.
Right. Basically what we kind of see him as right now. No one sees Ja'Cory Brown as a good passer right now. So I think he's out to prove that he can throw the ball well, and he's going to get some chances. I mean, they may play Tyler Van Dyke for a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. After that, it's going to be Ja'Cory Brown. I would think Ja'Cory Brown is going to play the entire third quarter, some of the second quarter, and then they may let Emory Williams get the whole fourth quarter. That's what I think is going to happen. But Ja'Cory Brown's going to have an opportunity to show what he could do throwing the ball, and I hope he can do that, man. Because if Tyler Van Dyke hurts himself again, then it's going to be all on him. And based on this offense, you can't just run it. You have to be able to throw it accurately.
Well, I mean, I like I said, I think he's going to be accurate from what I've been hearing. And let's see what they do on Friday. But is it going to be actually televised or, I know it's open to the public.
Yeah, it's going to be televised. I think it's going to be on ACC network.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm looking at this weather now. It's been raining for the last 3 days. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Like you said, it's a nighttime game. Because
I checked the weather.
It's going, huh?
I checked the weather. It says it's not going to rain, but you can't really trust South Florida weather like that. But
yeah, they bipolar.
Yeah, that bipolar weather, you just can't trust it. But at least it's saying that it's not going to rain. That's positive. So we'll see what happens. Either way, I'm going to be there, of course. If it rains, I'm in the press box. If it's not, I'm on the field.
Perfect, man. If it's raining, I'm at the crib with a kill, and if it's not, I'm at the crib with a kill. but definitely watching, and looking at these players again, because everybody's new. I got to get familiar with the new numbers of these players, with the new names of these players. So maybe in the first quarter, I may not even recognize a lot of people. Yeah, TVD. Yeah, Cam Kitchens if he does play. But for the most part, everybody else, I'm gonna have to wait for the announcer to actually say, this is Matt Ogoa, this is this person, this is that person. Or sometimes some people just
I got you, bro. I'll send you a roster, bro. Come on, man. You got a guy on the inside, bro.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. When you got your homeboy that is the truth, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Able to give me the scoop sometimes, But yeah, man, definitely I'm gonna be looking forward to that game. Of course, I know you're looking forward to that game because, of course, last year you was miserable in the box seats watching these guys disappoint us, and I was home watching us get this. At least I was home though.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think that's it as far as the Hurricanes.
Yes.
I do want to say shout out to the Panthers. Florida Panthers made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Last night they clinched it with some other team losing.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching them all season either. I've been watching, getting the alerts or whatnot, and I seen that they were just right there and to the wild card.